Hsinchu, Taiwan, famously home to some of the most advanced semiconductor companies on Earth. But within Taiwan, it's also known and even mocked as a cultural and food desert. So when I found myself here, I wanted to see the city for myself. Was Hsinchu really that soulless, or was there more here if you're willing to look for it? Over the next few days, we're exploring the city in search of the side of Hsinchu that many people seem to overlook, through its food, its everyday spaces, and just experiencing a little bit of what life is actually like, to see if maybe, just maybe, there's more here than meets the eye. I landed in Taiwan on a Saturday night after a long trans-Pacific flight, and even though I was exhausted, I still wanted to get out and get my bearings.
So I decided to step out. I'm pretty hungry, so just grab a bite to eat, take it back to the hotel and go to bed. But yeah, here it is. Let's check out Hsinchu on a Saturday night. No sidewalks, so you kind of have to watch out for the bus and stuff and kind of scoot your way, weave in and out of these like little tiny kind of sidewalks that each individual shop has. But yeah, watch your step. Don't try to do what I'm doing. Be aware of your surroundings. Oh, it's kind of dead. I don't know if I'm not in like the correct part of town, but I thought my hotel was pretty central to the east side, maybe. But there's not a lot of places that people are like hanging out at. I don't know. Okay, so I'm not feeling too confident. I don't know really like what restaurant to walk into or what to order, so I just found the place that was rated highest on Google Maps. Wow, it's right on the street. The street's right behind me over there. But yeah, they have all these bowls, and I got the fried chicken rice bowl. So that spot was like right next door to the hotel. I'm already back. Took like 10 seconds to get back here, but I'm excited to get to my room and call it a night after eating all this food.
To be honest, the food was just okay. And it's dead on a Saturday night? Those rumors just might be true. But I'll have to give the city another chance in the morning. The next morning, I met up with my friend Brandon and we headed out to actually explore the city.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk around town and try to get over the jet lag and see more things. Whatever happens, happens. I don't really have much of a plan. Okay, so we're just exploring. We're turned down a street and we kind of stumbled upon a market. It looked like a lot of activity, so that's where we're gonna be. There's selling everything from like clothes over here behind me to vegetables and stuff. And it's right on the street, so you kind of have to like watch your back because the cars are just driving all around us and there's no like sidewalk. But it's okay, I'm having a good time. What are these? They look like mustaches. And some sweet corn. And some roasted yams. You can get all your mushrooms here. Fresh squid, some salmon. You can kind of, looks like you can like pick how much you want. Fresh prawns. So we stumbled upon a little plant shop. Like, look at this. Jess would love this. So yeah, if you're jet lag, this is a good place to go because you have to be on your toes. Like, yeah, you're shopping for groceries and you're kind of like also scooting in so you don't get hit by a car. Exciting stuff. So we just left the market. Kind of cool chaos. Didn't buy anything, but I was happy to check that out. Yeah, so just walking around town some more, trying to explore. And now we're at a park, and there's this cool little walkway jungle gym looking platform I'm gonna check out. Try to get a view of where we are.
While we took a break at the park, I asked Brandon what he was most interested in seeing here.
Probably definitely the food, and then just kind of experiencing the culture here. That's kind of my favorite thing, is just to kind of understand how people live their lives, and that's the most fascinating thing for me.
And with that, nothing says how people live quite like visiting a familiar store in another country.
We've made it to our destination. Let's see if you can identify it based on... Oh, right there. We're at Costco in Taiwan. Yeah. All right. Your American Costco membership works here in Taiwan too. So here's the store behind me. It's bustling and it's only 9:48. They're not even supposed to be open according to Google, but everyone is here because it's nice and cool. Let's go see what we can find. Freezer section, got some dumplings, wontons, beef bakes. This looks kind of good. A little red, it's like a chicken bake but with beef, and it's, or maybe dragon. So let's try some samples. So we got some melon juice coming up.
That's refreshing.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It tastes like blended up honeydew melon with some like cream. What do we got here? We got bulgogi beef, Korean spicy chicken. So the next question is, do they have rotisserie chicken? And the answer is yes. They have it in like chopped up wing form. They have the whole chicken here. They got the salted Hakka salted pork. Look at this. So Hakka is like part of like the native population around here. Okay, so it's kind of like beef noodle. So they didn't really give us a spoon or anything. I guess you kind of just like knock it back like a shot, or you sip it. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so there's beer samples. They have the Brewmaster, they have all of them. They have the Brewmaster Select, they have the Hefeweizen, they have the Marzen, they have the Helles Lager. The next question that I have is, does the food court have the hot dogs? And more importantly, is it $1.50? And I'm happy to report that they do. Check this out. They got the quarter-pound hot dog for 50 Taiwanese dollars. I'll put the conversion on the screen, and I guess post-edit Paula will figure out if that is the same price or not. But look, they also have a crispy chicken bucket for 6 pieces. They have like a seafood pizza, and they have a bulgogi bake instead of a seafood bake. We'll ignore the salad, but yeah, look, clam chowder and Hokkaido ice cream. All right, so we found a spot to stand. This is the Hokkaido ice cream. Look at that. Oh yeah. It's not too heavy on the vanilla flavor. It kind of just tastes like more focused on the cream. It almost has like a whipped texture to it. It's the spot when it's 90 degrees outside and like 100% humidity. So that was Costco. I think my favorite thing that I tried, surprisingly, was not the beer, it was the melon juice. But yeah, let's move on to the next spot.
After spending most of the morning in the city, we wanted to see some of the green space. Pulling up the satellite view, there seemed to be a river running through town with an interesting landmark called Tofu Rock that piqued my interest.
So we're leaving the buildings of the city and heading close to the river, where all of a sudden it becomes like farmland. Really interesting how it's open in the middle. I kind of like it. It's breezy, there's a nice stream that you can walk along, and like there's just buildings across the river, there's buildings behind us, but like I guess in the area immediately surrounding it, it's like farmland. Hey, it looks like we made it to a clearing. Wide open space in the middle of the city. We're just approaching the river now. We made it to the Tofu Rocks, so check it out. Tofu Rocks are really just concrete blocks that are used to preserve the soil along the river. And because of their enormous size and the ease of walking them, people just call them tofu. They used to be perfect squares, but they've been weathered down over time.
After walking around all day, we were definitely ready for a break, so we headed across town to check out a local brewery.
Okay, so we have arrived at our next stop. This is GBA Brewing. What does GBA stand for? I don't know, but excited to try out a local brewery. Let's go try some beer. Here at GBA Brewing, and I got the sampler. As you can see, it comes on this nice platter, and I'll show you. Yeah, you first start off, you go left to right with the light and refreshing, and then this one, apparently we got the rundown. This has like notes of like banana, Hefeweizen style. This one is a pale ale. This one is malty, so it's comparable to a Marzen apparently. And this is their porter. I just had another sip of the Czech Pilsner, and it's the best one. Like it's like the perfect balance. It's refreshing, it's light, but it also has the hop satisfaction that I crave because I'm an IPA boy and I love it. So I know we're a bunch of Americans, and we did a bunch of American things like going to a brewery and going to Costco, but I really enjoy slice of life, seeing how like the things that are very similar can be slightly different in different countries and how they put their own spin on it. Hsinchu, if you have the chance to walk around it, do so.
By this point, I was having a good time in Hsinchu, but I still felt like we quite haven't found enough cultural soul, so we headed to the older part of the city to see what we could find.
We have arrived at our next spot. This is the Hsinchu City God Temple, which is regarded as the highest ranking of all city god temples in Taiwan due to the superior spiritual power of its city god in protecting the town. So let's go check out some protection powers. Okay, so the front of the temple is just a bunch of little hawker stalls. We're gonna go in and make our way around, try not to get lost in here. Yeah, but it seems like there's just a bunch of different stalls. It's popping, everyone's hanging out here. I guess this is the place to be. I haven't seen a single foreigner besides us here.
Once inside the temple, I decided to avoid talking while people were praying. After all, the city god is believed to record and judge the good and bad deeds of everyone under his protection. Along the sides of the temple were elaborate ceremonial figures housed in glass cases. These brightly colored, often intimidating statues are carried in religious processions and festivals where they serve as attendants, guardians, and representatives of the temple's deities. Between the temple itself, the worshippers, and the bustling food stalls surrounding it, I felt like I was really starting to feel a bit of the culture people claim isn't here. I mean, this is the highest ranking city god temple in Taiwan. That has to be worth something.
The temple is pretty interesting, but let's head to our next spot now, which will be at in the next like 5 minutes or so. We're gonna check out the east gate, the old east gate of the city. Okay, so in order to get to the East Gate, you have to go through this tunnel, which goes under the street because there's no crosswalks, and the East Gate is like in the middle of a roundabout. There's a sign that we have to bow before entering the East Gate historical area, so that's pretty cool. Okay, we bowed.
The East Gate was built in 1829 to replace the original bamboo wall around Hsinchu from 1733. It served as the main entryway into the city until the wall and all other gates were torn down in 1902 to make room for road construction. So hey, that's almost 300 years of history standing right here. And to top it off with a bit of modern culture, this plaza is frequently used by dance crews to practice their routines.
So that's the temple, a cool place to check out. Let's just keep walking and see what else we can find.
By this point, we were quite hungry, so we followed one of the streets branching off from the roundabout, which took us through a surprisingly pleasant pedestrian area with a small stream running through it. After a short walk, we arrived at a local restaurant called 123, a place that was, ironically, recommended in a Reddit thread.
So we walked into a restaurant, I think it's called 123, and it seems pretty authentic. Like there's only locals hanging out in here. I'll pop up the menu on the screen. There is an English menu, thank goodness, but everything looks good. It was recommended here by like a Reddit post, so I'm following the advice of a random Redditor. But the beer is self-serve. You just like walk up to the fridge and get a glass, get a beer, and then order food to share with everyone else. The owner seems super nice and happy that we showed up. She recommended the fried chicken, which is off the menu. We'll see if we get that, but everything here looks good. It's the spot after walking around all day in the heat. Food just got here. We only ordered it maybe like 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. That was really fast, but it's small sizes. It's like tapas where you can like share and like order a lot of different varieties and try a lot of different foods. But this was their, I forget what it was called. Shachar beef. It was rated as popular. It smells divine. Kind of like sweet and salty smell to it. All right, let's taste it. It's pretty good. Beef is super tender. The sauce kind of tastes like, how do I describe it? Like kind of like a gravy. It tastes kind of like gravy, but it's pretty good. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this looks. You know it's gonna be good when they have like that slurry added to it that they crisp up.
This is like your level up here in Taiwan.
So good.
This is level 2 Taiwan.
This is level 2 Taiwan?
Yeah, I was operating on level 1 Taiwan.
Now we're gonna try this. This is Taiwan beer, only 18 days. So this is harder to find because this beer only expires after 18 days. So it's like guarantees that you get like the freshest beer possible. Cheers, 18-day Taiwan beer. Dude. Whoa.
This is level 1 Taiwan. So when you come here, this is the first thing you get. I've never seen this until we got to this local restaurant. But this is like level up right here, and it's way better. The only 18 days apparently means that it was brewed at most 18 days ago. So it has to be, I don't know if it has to be pulled off the shelf after 18 days or it was shipped 18 days after it was brewed, but it tastes super fresh.
Okay, next up is the spicy fried chicken. So it looks like it's covered in like a peanut chili sauce and has some green onions on it. This is the one that's off the menu. So we ended up actually ordering that. Let's see how it tastes.
Delicious.
Yeah, great.
It kind of tastes like Japanese chicken nugget. That's what this tastes like to me. This place is awesome. If you're ever in Hsinchu, come check it out. Like, this has probably been like the #1 thing I did today. Just kind of hanging out where the locals hang out and trying the food that they love and they recommend. And if I lived here, this would be the place I took friends to hang out. This hits the spot in every single way. Excellent, excellent place. That was an experience. That was super cool. We paid probably $30 between the two of us for that, and I just had a great time. Come check it out. 1, 2, 3. This is the place you want.
The next morning, we tried to visit the one thing most people actually associate with Hsinchu, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. But it didn't go to plan because we didn't plan.
We tried to go to the TSMC Museum of Innovation, but unfortunately you need to make reservations online ahead of time, and they book out like a month in advance. So if you are interested in checking out semiconductor manufacturing and like the history behind that, I recommend that you book well in advance, because not even all the tours are offered in English. They might only have like Mandarin slots, so really look ahead and plan forward if you plan on checking them out. So we're just gonna walk around and see what else we can find this morning. So we kept walking just maybe 5-10 minutes from the factory, and we've arrived at a place that's completely the opposite of a mega factory. It's a nice little tranquil lake here. It looks really beautiful. It looks really peaceful. This would be the place I would come hang out and do Tai Chi if I did that sort of thing, as people are doing right now. Look, these are betta fish. That is amazing.
Back at the hotel, I headed to the pool where I experienced yet another piece of Taiwanese culture I did not expect to love so much. The sound you are hearing is not an ice cream truck for kids like I originally thought, but rather a garbage truck that tells adults to come out and dump their trash. Whoever wrote this song did not have to go so hard, but hey, it makes chores more enjoyable. And with that last cultural tidbit, our time in Hsinchu has come to an end. It isn't the kind of city most people would fly across the world to visit, and I can understand why. You really do have to make your own fun here. But if Hsinchu really is a desert, somewhere between the markets, the parks, the riverside walks, and one tiny restaurant called 1, 2, 3, I think I managed to find the oasis.